it is 7 p.m. I call this meeting to order. Let's start with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Affidavit of posting. I hereby certify that this notice has been posted at the Town of Farmington Town Hall and on the Town of Farmington website and sent to the kiosk and station. Roll call, Mark Foisey here, Henry Cleaver.
Here.
Mike Miller.
Here.
Dale Spade.
Here.
Bill Pree.
Here.
Mike Rodenkirk.
Absent.
Absent. Jacob Gitter.
Here.
All right. Looking for approval of minutes of the September 23rd, 2025 meeting. You guys all have copies of that? Any discussion? Motion made and seconded to accept the minutes of the September 23rd meeting. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none. All right, number 5, review zoning code amendments for advisory recommendations to the town board. And we're gonna start, and this has to do with the Shalom Wildlife and the zoning code, and I'm gonna turn this over to Attorney Bauer to brief us.
Thank you, Chairman. This is a procedure that was started by the town board by resolution at its October meeting. Basically, it asked to amend the zoning code. The amendments do a couple of things. They clean up some technical updates to the code to be compliant with state law, and then it addresses kind of the main challenge in a lawsuit that's been brought against the town. A group has sued the town basically alleging that the zoo doesn't have the legal authority to operate under the town's current zoning code. They're arguing that it's neither a permitted use or a conditional use. And so this ordinance specifically addresses that and makes, first of all, it defines zoo, and I'll just go through that. Defines zoological activities. Zoological activities include zoos and sanctuaries defined as operations for the care, exhibition, preservation, and breeding of animals with associated educational programs on parcels of land containing, in the aggregate, not less than 100 acres of land. This includes internal development and redevelopment of new exhibits, visitor centers, trails, parking, lots, accessory retail, and footprint expansion upon the acquisition of adjacent lands. Adjacent agricultural parcels or subdivision of the existing parcels. Zoological activities may include, but are not limited to, visitor centers, parking lots, trails, educational facilities, food and beverage sales, special events, weddings, or similar use, and accessory retail sales such as gift shops. So the proposed ordinance defines zoological activities, and then the next section of the ordinance makes zoological activities permitted uses. Permitted uses. There was some confusion in the existing code about animals on single-family subdivided lots. That really was intended to apply to just small parcels of 5 acres or less. So it says for all lots or parcels of less than 5 acres, no more than 5 chickens, ducks, or similar poultry, or 8 rabbits are permitted on a lot of at least 1.5 acres. And so, again, the change to that section is that it really applies to just parcels of less than 5 acres. Yeah, and the other changes are just kind of technical changes to comply with current state zoning law. So that's the purpose of changing or amending the text to the zoning code. There will be a public hearing before the town board next Tuesday. And as the chairman indicated, this is your opportunity to review and give the town board your advisory recommendation. So with that, I'll take any questions from the board.
Anybody have any comments? Questions? Concerns? Can entertain a motion too, if you guys,
I recommend that we move it up to the town board. Except there are corrections on this code, move it to the town board.
so you're making a motion to approve the zoning code changes?
Well, we'd be advisory, we're recommending the changes to the town board.
Yep. Motion's been made.
I'll second.
Motion's been made and has been seconded. All in favor of recommending the zoning code changes? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none. Moving forward. Number 6, review and consider fence proposals between 1797 Shalom and 1809 Shalom for recommendation to the town board. I'm sure you guys saw, there, sounds like the two parties now are starting to talk and they're negotiating right now. So, I mean, I feel that we should table it. So let them try to figure it out if they're in negotiations right now.
I couldn't agree with you more, Mark, I mean, it does seem like we are trying to work this out together,
Mhm.
and that was our main intent of the ordeal to begin with, you know, let them, you know, give them something they want and they're selecting, because I don't feel it's right for me to select what they put up for a fence, I'd like to see them have some degree of privacy there, and it seems like if the two parties wanna work together, I have no problem tabling this.
Any other comments or questions?
Can we put a time frame on it? So they keep
You make a motion. I hear what you're saying.
Right.
I mean, we keep kicking the can.
Right.
You know?
Right.
In our last meeting, it was, I think Attorney Bauer brought up, like, what do we do if they can't agree, right? It was kind of the original question you had for us, so.
Right.
Yeah, do we need to have some sort of,
now, if they don't agree, what do we recommend to the board or not? I don't know. I'm just thinking
At
about
this point, I guess the recommendation, my recommendation is, as long as the parties are talking to each other, trying to figure out what is or isn't acceptable as far as a fence, it's very appropriate for the plan commission just to
Let it
table it and let it happen. If they come to impasse and they write a letter saying we need a decision from you, well then it'll get brought forward again.
I'll make a motion to just table this for another month and hopefully they can come with an agreement on the fence.
I'll second that motion.
Motion made and seconded, to table the recommendation for the fence proposals between 1797 Shalom and 1809 Shalom. Motion made and seconded, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, moving forward, or none, moving forward. All right, number 7, recommendation to approve CSM land division for Emil and Patricia Coulterman, sorry, 1367 Shalom Drive. Are you, one of you guys here?
Yeah, that's good.
This is the one that you looked at last month.
Okay.
We're just approving the certified survey.
And I do have a soil evaluation there if someone wants to see it.
Doesn't look like anything has changed from last month. I'll make a motion to approve the CSM land division.
I'll second that.
Motion made and seconded to approve the CSM land division for Emil and Patricia Coleman at 1367 Shalom Drive. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, moving forward. Recommendation to approve CSM land division for 3H Farm Meadow Road, tax key T4064400Z. This is the one that we looked at last month on Meadow Road.
They have, according to lot one, they have that area where they just put the septic in there. And that shows that it's right on the lot line.
Well, they actually have two, because they got on the north side, borings B1, 2, and 3.
And it just only be able to, be able to get the septic system in there on the one road.
They just did a bunch of borings. I think a lot of these are old. When were those done?
The soil fund?
I'm guessing I was done when this first land division happened.
I don't think so.
No? Has it been since?
Yeah, I think so. The cover sheet.
Where they made the two lots.
This one's 1/30 of 24. Yeah. August. They redid it in August. Yeah, boring 8 and 9. 10, 11,
That's all on the whole
12.
boundaries of the property.
Yep.
Yeah, is there setback there? Septic is-
I don't think it's much more than 5 or 10 feet. I think it's damn near on the property.
That'd be county's permit anyway.
Yeah,
Right, yeah, because they need a permit from the county for it anyway.
and even if they couldn't, I mean, technically you can only make if you,
Correct, right? Yep, so I don't turn it.
right? adjournments?
I see nothing wrong with it, I'll make a motion to approve, to recommend to the town board for approval of the CSM.
I'll second. Recommendation to approve the CSM land division for 3H Farm Meadow Road. Motion made and seconded, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Hearing none, moving forward. Number 9, conceptual review of proposed land division for David Gayden, 2417 Highway 28, Kewausee. So, this had already gone through our Board of Appeals, and it's a 2.5 acre commercial lot, and they would like to divide it into two 1.25 acre lots, which technically makes it non-conforming. So I'm not quite sure why they approved it, but, and then just so everybody's up to speed, there was 2 motions on the table out of Board of Appeals. One was to allow this lands division, and the other one was to allow a non-conforming building, am I saying that right, Wally? Right?
Yes.
A non-conforming building to go on the one lot. The commission approved the land split, but they did not approve the building. And Wally, you have anything to say on this, or?
No, that's correct. And
Okay.
actually, they did approve the split as a 1.5 and 1 acre,
Oh,
so.
the sheet that we got tonight shows.
Well, it shows it on both
There's
sides.
2 options because
Flip it around.
the owner wanted me to present it both ways. It would only, I talked to the chairman of the Board of Appeals, and their intent was the 1 acre and the 1.25, creating only one non-conforming lot.
I don't quite understand why we would allow a non-conforming lot, to split to a non-conforming lot. I don't really understand it on a board level.
I mean, if we divide that with a 1 acre lot and then allow them to put a bigger building up than is required on the 1 acre lot, we're just creating more issues down the road for other people that.
Can of worms.
You're basically just making a recommendation to the board at this point, you know, you can voice your opinions and feelings to them, so they know. My personal opinion, I think we should let it like a 2.5 acres.
Yeah, I don't see it, I would not wanna make 2 non-conforming lots, that's for sure, you know. Dave?
Dave, state your name and your address, please.
Donnie Dean, I'm just here for my brother Dave, but as a representative for him, he wants to split off that totally, extra lot and put up, another, just a small pole shed for his assets, because he's planning on building, or planning on selling the business. So he needs a place to go with that, either that or, what are you gonna do with that lot? So he's just asking as, I mean, he's not putting anything up, you know, like a 200 by 400 shed or anything like that. He's probably doing a 40 by 60 shed or something like that. And if you wanna do a 1.25 and 1.25, that's where the power lines are actually buried underneath. If you wanna do it that way, that's fine. If you wanna do 1 by 1.5 acres, that's fine too.
You can't do the 1.25, because that then goes to the very.
Yeah.
He'd have to go through the process to do that.
And even on a 1 acre lot, you're only allowed like 825 square feet.
864 for
864.
accessory structure.
Yeah. Any other discussion? Comments, concerns?
So if that was divided off, he'd be limited into the size of shed he could put on there to
864.
864.
864. Cause the Board of Appeals did already deny the larger structure.
That lot is, excuse me, so that lot is actually landlocked, farm behind it and residential on one side, and there's an easement for the road on the other side. But where it started off at 3 acres, when we first bought it back in the seventies, and then the highway got widened, that's why the lot got, smaller down to 2.5 acres now. So if we would've had the full 3 acres before the highway was done, we would've been almost like an acre and a half, an acre and a half.
So that's not on this computer, that's not. That's 68.
So they already recommended the acre and a half and an acre.
Yes.
So then we just gotta put it down.
Well, we gotta, I mean, basically, we're a recommendation, right? So we can vote on how the planning commission votes to the town board.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, they have the final say.
So it'd be a non-binding recommendation, correct?
I would think, huh? Cause we're
Yeah.
just recommendation,
we're-
yeah, we're advisory only.
Yeah,
We're
you're
in an
basically-
advisory content on
Yeah.
it, but. Well, now, if it already got, like, the Board of Appeals, they already approved a 1 acre and a 1.5 acre?
Correct. They did not wanna create two non-conforming lots, so.
No, it's good, I mean.
So if you had 1.5 acres, something would build for
864 square feet, up to 3 acres.
up to 3 acres.
And then they got 2 non-conforming lots. I think they set a precedent then for other things that are coming down the road at some place. Do they actually have to make a motion?
I think we should make it a, I think we should. Yeah.
No.
Okay.
They had 64 feet, it's a good sized building, but it's not.
Right. 24 by 28, right?
Yeah, basically 24 by 36 would be your, most people would build that.
Good size 3-car.
It's decent, it's not building one of those
Yeah.
myself, so. Won't get a Peterbilt in it, but you get a truck.
Depends how tall you got.
What's that zone?
Commercial.
But our ordinance, when we changed it, it was 1.5 acres in the commercial zone, correct? If you wanna put it, if you took the acre and a half and the acre, you're saying it's 1.5.
As you said, if you're making it, if there's one exception made on a 1 acre lot, how, down in the future, how are we gonna decide
Where's the drawing line?
when do you make an exception?
Because I wanna say a hardship even here.
Right, it's a storage solution, not a hardship person, yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it's very true. It's not a hardship.
What's the land behind this zone also?
Yep.
And
did try to talk him into buying that extra land, so you get 2 1.5 acre lots to be conforming.
What land could be bought?
Yeah, and 16 person. There's only, well,
Is that for sale right now?
No, they did try to buy it.
Yeah, that's what I chunked it out of it.
Donnie, have you talked to the people behind there to buy an extra half an acre, or they're not willing to sell, or?
Correct. Full farm.
that's a tough one.
No, it is, but unfortunately, I mean,
You know, it's-
our rules are our rules, you know? The code's a code. I'll make a motion that we do not recommend the land division to the town board for 2417 Highway 28. Motion made and seconded to not recommend the proposed land division, 2417 Highway 28, you ask him. Motion made and seconded, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Hearing none. Moving forward, appoint a vice chair for planning commission. I had spoken to Mr. Gitter, and he said he would love to have the vice chair for the planning commission.
For the record, it's not what I said.
Okay, he said he'll do it.
I made a motion, point him for vice chair.
Well, that was pretty quick, I'll second that. Motion made and seconded to appoint Mr. Gitter, Jacob Gitter, for the vice chair of the planning commission. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? You are vice chair.
Feels great.
All right, we need a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
Motion made and seconded to adjourn at 7:27. All in favor, say aye.
Can I just have a couple comments from you so we can clear
We
up
are
what,
adjourned. Thank you all
this
for
is moving
coming.
forward for the zoning review? My name is Judy Steckles, I'm live streaming, I've got the Washington County Inside. You're the attorney for the town. That you can explain that. So, we're still live, if that's okay with you. I'm just gonna turn.
You have a question?
I do have a question. So then, how is this going moving forward? They said another meeting next Tuesday.
Tuesday night would be a public hearing before the town board. So anybody with comments or questions can speak at that public hearing.
So the changes to the zoning, does this, are you trying to put to rest the lawsuit against the town?
Correct. It removes all the things that the zoo, based on the definition, would be allowed to operate. It would be a permitted use with this ordinance.
Would that then make the lawsuit go away?
We certainly believe it would.
After it goes to the public hearing, then it goes to the town board to be approved? To act on it. Okay, all right. Anything else you want to add? Any other questions I might have missed?
You get overtime? Not bad.
With respect to the there's two. One was the ordinance itself. That the planning commission made a motion to recommend to the town board to approve the ordinance. That was the first meeting. Yeah, this is brand new. The second thing had to do with the condition of the conditional use permit in January. Fence is able and took no action to give the parties more time to mutually
Explain this one to me again. What is this one?
This is an ordinance. The text of the town zoning code. For the purposes of the lawsuit, it has a definition of project activities. That definition then is made to be a permitted use of the town's zoning district.
This is different than the conditional use.
It would eliminate the condition. It would make the zoological activity permitted automatic use as long as it is this goes to a public hearing next Tuesday before the town board. And then after that public hearing is held, then it's in the hands of the town board whether to approve or not approve the ordinance change for next Tuesday. They can have to approve it on Tuesday, they can lay it over and take it up later. So I don't know if they are going to approve it, but they're going to do the public hearing.
Would that also then wash away the fence thing too?
It could.
No matter what fence,
Michael Bauer,
Perfect, Michael, thanks. Are you comfortable with our conversation? Okay, I appreciate it. You've been watching a live broadcast. The Town of Farmington Plan Commission meeting. This live broadcast is brought to you by American Commercial Real Estate.